Oh yeah, it's the time of year where the sound of those creaking floorboards might have you checking over your shoulder more than once. That's especially the case if maybe you stayed up past your bedtime watching a scary movie in the dark.
And whether you're a newcomer to the world of horror or a seasoned spooky cinema viewer, there are certain titles that have defined, reimagined, and pushed the genre to new limits. So we thought it would be a good time to bring in our resident film buff, Rob Rector, the founder of Revival House Theater. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. Excited to talk horror films.
This is your time of year, right?
This is my wheelhouse. This is my bailiwick. Absolutely. Love it. Love it.
So first and foremost, let's get a recap of what happened with your movie trailers.
Yeah, so the horror trailer challenge took place last weekend at the Milton Theater, and it was phenomenal. A lot of returning guests, but also some new faces in there, and that's always the exciting thing, to see these new filmmakers, just emerging on the scene and just trying to find out if it's for them. And it's come to create a really solid community. I had a couple of the filmmakers come up afterwards and said that they look forward to it months in advance and getting ready for this challenge. And we gave out $2,500 over the course of the night to the winners. So I think everyone went home happy and scared.
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 Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, adequately scared.
So speaking of scared, we're going to talk about this genre, and not everybody is into horror movies as much as, say, you. So maybe somebody's like, I might want to check this out. Where do you start?
It's a great question. So I compiled for you all this tier list. So it's about leveling up your horror game, right? No matter where you start on that spectrum, it's a suggested list of films or film titles, dependent upon where you find yourself in that horror spectrum. Because you're right, some of us, get scared over wind that's howling too much, but some of us, you really you need to see the headless horseman walk by you before you really get petrified. So the first level of it was just kind of more what we call gateway horror, where it is just kind of the entry level. So think, back in the day, like Gremlins would be back in the day, where it was like scary, but still kind of fun and light. So there's a couple titles here that I suggest that if you're just interested in dipping your toes in the horror pond, this is the murky waters of the horror pond. So some of the names would be Cabin in the Woods, which is 2011 film, and it's actually it's a deconstruction. It's more like you'll learn like horror 101 just by watching this movie, because you learn all the tropes and all of the established aspects of a horror film in there. Arachnophobia, with Jeff Bridges and John Goodman. If you have not seen it, go back and rewatch it. It is really fun, but it's also very scary, and lots of creepy spiders. And then Tremors with Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, Reba McEntire. It's fun, it's goofy, colorful cast of characters, but yet there's still these giant monsters that are in the sand that are looking to eat anyone who steps foot on it. So it's another one that offers those thrills and that little dopamine rush, but you're still feeling pretty safe, and not too much gore.
That one scared me.
So yeah,
that one really scared me.
Tremors did.
Tremors did.
Yeah, Tremors
I
is
can't
good
believe it's
though,
a
but it was
beginner.
effective. That means it was effective. So then, if you go to level 2, so level 2 is where we get the foundational horrors. Like, this is the more of the classics, as we refer to them as, and these are like The Psycho, Shining, Exorcist. Then we get to level 3. Level 3 is where we start to get a little bit more in the deep end. We talk about subgenres. It kind of, it's a little bit more complex, a little bit more transgressive, but this is where we get things like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And this, it has this reputation for being much bloodier and gorier than it is, but it's not that bloody. It's still just as frightening, though. It is very scary. Then the other two I would suggest would be Hereditary. That was another good one, came out in 2019 with Toni Collette. Really good, but very, very intense. And then if you want to go the opposite end of the spectrum, Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead is with Edgar Wright directed it. It's with Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, and very fun. It's a zombie rom-com. zombie romantic comedy.
Who knew?
So right, exactly. So that one, but still gets bloody sometimes. It gets a little gory, but very fun, very light, and very smart filmmaking.
Interesting.
All right, so for the folks who are experts,
Right.
give us the
Level
hardcore.
4. Level 4 is the expert level, the pro level. So there are a few on here that I thought would be good, but you need to pay attention to these too. Let the Right One In, which is a 2008 movie. It's a vampire movie, but it's more it's just as much a coming of age film, but it gets very dark. It's I believe it's Norwegian film, so they tend to have very dark sensibilities there. So and then Dr. Sleep is another one. That one was released just recently, 2019, I believe, and it was a sequel to The Shining, and I think it got kind of caught up by that hype of being The Shining sequel. You don't have to have seen The Shining, although you should. You don't have to have seen The Shining to appreciate Dr. Sleep. That said, it would only help if you did. It is very dark. Rebecca Ferguson does an amazing job in it. And it is Ewan McGregor is also in it. He plays the young Danny in the little one. He plays him all grown up now. And very, very dense psychological horror that stays with you for days on end.
A lot to choose from there, Rob.
A lot to choose from to
Oh
scare
my
ya.
goodness, yes.
Shame you're not passionate about it.
No,
Really is.
no, I know. I wish I found a hobby.
Rob Rector, thank you so much for coming in.
Absolutely.